Hi, in this video, I wanted to give a small point of view which I had about how we can actually, as HR executive or people who are in the HR domain, can control the iteration which is happening, right? Being a part of the IT industry, we are very much aware that the present generation, the the time duration which or the period they stay in the office, or the period which they are attached with the office is decreasing over time, is shrinking over time, right? And how do we go about this? So I was going through a journal, and this was a very beautiful journal. It was about industrial relations, and it was majorly concerned with the labors, right? But I was able to connect it to the employee situation and the IT sector as well, right? So one major and one very critical point which they have highlighted in the journal was that the conflicts in the industry in the industries used to generally happen in context with the wages and the allowance and all monetary benefits, right? The thing which is highlighted is monetary related benefits which was being provided to the companies. So what we are able to understand is that money is a very important factor. So supposedly I was working for a particular e-commerce company, and I saw that in the department which I was working on, there was extreme iteration, right? Because of the the workload and a lot of various other factors, right? So one thing which every HR executive can keep, as because as HR executives, we are in a perplexed situation how to handle this situation. So one of the barometers which I was able to understand from this journal was that you can keep a tab on you, or you can keep a control on the salary which is being offered. Sometimes or most times, controlling the process or altering the process of a particular department which has iteration is not possible, right? The KRAs, the workload, the pressure, the type of work, we as HR executives, we are responsible for controlling iteration, right? Sometimes the work is such that iteration is obvious, right? So since we do not have control over the process, the work process, the operations, what we do have a little control over is the compensation we provide to the employees, right? So the compensation factor can be gradually increased over time and tested if it is actually benefiting the or if it is actually stabilizing the iteration condition of the particular process or department, right? So what I'm in simple words, what I'm saying is we can give incremental, possible or allowed, or what is within the scope, we can keep increasing the tab. So instead of 4.5, make it 5, make it 5.5, make it 6, right? See, it is really important that we have retention of certain employees, because it improves the outcome or the result of the department. And having matured employee set within a particular department affects the other employees as well, right? They automatically provide mentorship, right? Because there is internal communication, the standard of work offered by the entire department is uplifted. So at least for that sake, keeping in mind this, we need to make sure that compensation is certain one of the factors which can be increased incrementally to control the iteration. The other factor which was very beautiful was, which was highlighted again in this journal, was to have representatives of the labors from within the labors itself, right? Not having a management representative, but having a representative from within the worker group, labor group itself. In the IT context, in the IT sector, it is best to have a team leader, manager, or any promotion from within the group of the department which is having high attrition. So if there is any promotion, or if there is any vacancy, instead of pushing someone from an external source, it is best to put a bet on an existing employee, even if he is comparatively new, right? Because it again affects the morale of that ecosystem, which is handling a lot of iteration. A representative, a TL from that group will be better able to give understanding, or be able to answer to certain emotional questions, or emotion, or the pressureful questions which the that particular department is facing. So for any promotions, it is best to consider, for any promotion, team leader or manager, it is best to consider from within that cohort itself, rather than bringing, or aligning a different manager from a different vertical or such, right? So this was so I'll just briefly put the again summarize the two suggestions for controlling iteration. The first one is that the HR people having a control over the compensation we provide to a particular department which is having high iteration. We can keep increasing it within a particular scope, within the allowable limits of the organization. The second thing is to have promotions uh, for any position which is in charge of that particular, from within the cohort of or from within the process people itself, rather than bringing an external manager, team lead, or any sort of in charge. So these were the two suggestions which I have for the HR executives, for people of the HR domain, for controlling the iteration for any process within an organization. Thank you.